Welcome to the underground, you rebel scum. This is the American Expat. Now, we've mentioned Nikon a time or two on this channel, most recently with the Nikon EM from back in 1979. Well, today we're going back to the 80s, the mid-80s, to have a look at the Nikon L35AF2, a nifty little point and shoot from 1985. So let's grab some coffee and see what this thing is all about. Thanks for sticking with us. So, the 1980s. Point-and-shoot cameras were all the rage. Every major camera manufacturer was rushing to one-up their competitors by releasing the next greatest point-and-shoot camera, and Nikon's answer to that was the L35AF. Now, I've managed to get my hands on this one, which is the, I guess, the improved version from 1985, the second edition, I guess you could say, the L35AF2. When they say point and shoot, I mean, they're not kidding. All you do is load the film into the camera and choose when to push the shutter button, pretty much. I mean, you put the film, it can even read what the film cartridge is or the film canister, so it knows what film you're putting in there and changes all the settings, you know? It's got autofocus, sets the aperture, the shutter speed, everything. So literally, all you have to do is point and shoot. It's even got a pretty decent lens on there. I mean, if you look at the front, you know, it's got the a Nikon lens, a 35mm f2.8. Not bad for a point-and-shoot camera. You look through the viewfinder on the thing, and you'll see it's got several little things on there. You push the button down a little bit, it'll tell you what it's focused on, if it's, you know, infinite focus, if it's something close up, subject, you know, if you're trying to do like a portrait photo. Yeah, it gives you all the information you have, so you just click the button when you see that it's focused in the right place, and there you go. You don't even have to mess with the film advance lever. I mean, you just put the film in, put it in the right spot, close the thing, push the button, it winds it into place, and there you go. You're ready to start pointing and shooting with the camera and taking your photos. Another nice thing is that this runs on AA batteries. I know with old cameras, sometimes you have to get those old button batteries that are discontinued, and you have to try and like figure out, okay, what's the modern equivalent of this thing that I can kind of get the camera to run. Well, no, this one just runs on AA's, so you'll never have a problem getting power for the thing. It's easy. Just go to any store and you've got batteries for this. This thing's also really durable. I mean, I know how it looks with its wonky 1980s styling, but it's not just a piece of plastic. I mean, it's pretty solid. It feels pretty weighty in the hands. I mean, not too heavy, so it's not a burden to carry it around, but it's pretty durable. Trust me, I've figured that one out through experience. Don't tell my wife about that. But yeah, it's a durable camera. Well, we've got this thing loaded up with some Ektar 100 film, so let's go out and see what it can do. For this first set of photos, I'm in Columbus, Ohio. I've actually just picked up the negatives from the last video. McAllister PhotoWorks is great. Thank you, architects, for lending your designs to our photos. Random, but let's take the shot. I love alleyways. The photos don't always turn out, but this one looks nice. Okay, remember to always wait for the best shot. This is just further up into the alley. This is an interesting bit of art. I never would have thought a net hanging over a street could look so interesting. This would have looked nice if not for the camera strap. You don't see what the lens sees, so it's easy to have this happen. Keep hold of that strap. It's not a macro lens, so don't get too close. This looked so nice, but there's that camera strap again. Now, we're heading back to Charleston, West Virginia for a few more city shots. This parking garage gave some interesting perspectives. Not sure about this one. A metal tree that moves in the wind. This was part of the mall. The crazy thing is that the mall is still open. Who knows what they have planned here? Hopefully the dust isn't toxic or something. I have been waiting to get a photo down here. I think about it every time I drive through. Not sure about how it turned out though. The ramp for the parking garage makes an interesting shot. these different angles, the church in the background. Nice. And we're back. Well, what'd you think? You'll have to let me know in the comments what you thought of the photos. I thought it turned out amazing. I mean, as long as you don't let the strap get in front of the lens, which when you're looking through that separate viewfinder, because it's more like a rangefinder type camera, you're not seeing what the lens actually sees. You don't know that the stupid strap is hanging in front of the lens, which I discovered after getting the film developed. There was a couple of nice photos that I couldn't use because of that film, well, not the film, the strap. But yeah, it did pretty good. Now, I don't know, part of it is, of course, the film that I put in there, the Ektar 100. It's professional film, but I think it does pretty good. I mean, if I had that, I could take that on a trip and just, of course, I'd be taking my big camera if I did. But, wow, not bad. So the internet was right. This thing isn't a bad camera. I mean, at least I think so. You may have a different opinion. You'll have to let me know in the comments below. But, yeah, the Nikon L35AF2. I guess I'll leave it at that. We'll see you guys in the next one.
ไปพะวงหลงเฝ้าสาวเจ้าบางประกงทางไว้งงหลง